losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max rewards, limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Listen, I know people were tired of the pro Marcus centric first segment.
Yeah.
But we gotta close out that conversation. Steve just went over. Listen, I told a story about North Carolina State and the recruitment and all that stuff. Steve it's a couple funny things. Steve just went over some of the numbers of North Carolina State.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, Louisville.
Yeah. They were booty. Dude, you could have just come in and, you scored 1,000 points here. You were one of the all-time.
I had to share that with 3,000-point scores. It was me, Nate, and Tony.
Yeah, but you were one of the all-time leading scorers here at Louisville. Like, that carries more weight than what if you were number 3 at NC State? Can you name the top 3 scorers at NC State?
First of all, I would have been an NBA.
Well, okay. You win.
Second of all,
you win. And we're out.
I'd probably be on the coaches. Listen.
The coaches staff. We'd all be pissed at you right now. I'd be doing radio and people would be like, Rum's only doing it for the access he gets because Maven's the coach.
Dang
it.
You're right. Listen, they had terrible offensive numbers. I went to the game. You talk about Virginia. North Carolina State was the early 2000s, late 90s version of Virginia. I'm telling you, Steve, they dribbled that ball and they ran. It was painful.
Yeah.
Watching them.
It's you.
It was
going full heel, aren't you?
Extremely painful to watch that offense. And they made people chase. And Steve, because listen, ultimately, I did not go to North Carolina State, right?
A spoiler.
Really?
Thanks.
Very slow offense.
When the movie comes out now.
Listen, Steve, the meeting, out of all the places I went, the pregame meeting and notes, it's the most serious thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was like exam. Everybody pulled out their booklet.
You sound like you're just putting on a big seminar for Sean Miller here.
Just hear me out.
Okay.
It was Herb Sindick. See, we're not going to give. I think he did run a scout for that.
Well, yeah, you run the scout. That's like the other night. Kenny's the coach, but Nolan Smith put together the scout.
Listen, they had test questions, and they were up there. It was a college course in pregame study. It was serious. Guys had to have their shirt tucked in, for the pregame a scout meeting, right? So all that stuff was whatever. That was my experience. And again, they had the uniform laid out. They had my robe. They had my name on it. Everything was just awesome, right? Chase, I'll give you one guess. I don't know if you heard us during break.
You had a robe?
Yes, it had the robe. It had a white robe.
That's awesome.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
Well, Charity Me, you got to know when we go to hotels, like we're robes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like.
Yeah, awesome. It was icy white robe. It had my shoes. It had my socks. It had my headband. Whatever you were gonna want to, the swag. They did an A+ presentation for Simdeck and assistant coach Sean Miller and staff. Okay, Chase. After all that, what would make you not want to go to that school? Think of something that would turn you off from going to that school.
I don't know. Look, where is NC State? Is it
Raleigh?
Raleigh?
Right. Look, right near North Carolina, right near Duke.
Okay.
We said Raleigh, Durham area. They're the triangle.
Okay.
Tobacco Road.
Good city? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't.
So wholesome, Chase. Maybe the city's too good for me. I don't know.
Or it's just too trashy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You want to tell him, Steve?
Marcus, they drink too many beers.
That sounds like not a negative necessarily.
and Marcus thought it was icky.
They beat Clemson.
Yeah.
They beat Clemson. I'm hanging with the guys. I got my host. We get to their dorms.
Guess what?
What'd I say? Pause.
What did you have?
I don't remember what I say.
Host?
My host. The guy
host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy who hosts.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like, it's like,
Steve thought you forgot.
you
the
got
tea.
that?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you get there and obviously, you know, you do that.
You must
Yeah.
really have hated the beer.
Listen,
That must have been the worst beer of all time.
we get back to the dormitories, right? We get back there.
Oh my God. Chase is so not funny that he's funny.
They opened the cooler and they just started passing around these 40 ounces. And I don't know if you know this. Back then it was like
40s.
St. Ides and it was like colorful malt liquor beers. Are you familiar with that at all?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's the worst thing you ever had in your life.
Yeah.
But just the way they were passing it around and they just turn it up and they're just drinking these colorful beers and everybody's drinking them.
Got the 40.
Right? And when I just saw that, I was like, y'all are some alcoholics.
Yeah.
Take me home.
Wow.
Listen, went to a party that night. Most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Everything was A1. Y'all drink too much. Actually, it's like y'all drink. Like, oh.
Psychos.
I'm ready to go back to my hotel. Thank you very much. Mom, Dad, no, it's not gonna work out. Did you have a good time? I had a great time.
To be fair, malt liquor's gross.
I didn't taste it.
It's awful.
They probably didn't
Terrible.
they probably didn't want me to go there either. They were probably like,
They're like, this dude. You know, he's going to be tattletelling on us the whole time and everything else. Like,
Yes!
good Lord, man. Yeah, well, listen, that hour was just presented to you it's for Marcus to campaign for Sean Miller. So you think Marcus is bad now? Wait till Sean Miller's the head coach. And then,
access denied.
golly.
Okay, so what are we gonna get to? We're gonna get to football.
Football schedule. I want to get into the football schedule. We'll go game by game. You know, we ain't got to give a prediction, obviously, or anything, but just kind of, we'll go down the schedule and just kind of how it shakes out because it's a different schedule this year. It's different than what we're used to.
Is the schedule doable to get me into the top 12? That's all I want to hear from you, Steve.
It is, and we'll talk about that.
Okay, go ahead and play us
We'll
out.
definitely talk about it. It's set up different. I don't know if I love it, hate it, or it's somewhere right in between.
Does it reek of conspiracy? If so, we'll talk about it. Rolling along on 93.9 The Ville.
The biggest winner in the big game could be you thanks to BetMGM. The king of sportsbooks is offering new customers a chance to score $158 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, instantly. Just download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code VSHOW, then place a $5 moneyline wager on the big game. You'll receive $158 in bonus bets instantly, regardless of your wager's outcome. Don't miss your opportunity to cross the goal line on the money line as pro football's top teams clash for the championship. Can't be in Vegas for the big game? Then bring the big game excitement with you with the king of sportsbooks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Can't get enough ESPN Louisville? Subscribe to us on YouTube at ESPN Louisville for live watch-alongs, play-by-play breakdowns with the coach, behind-the-scenes action in the bullpen, and more.
Men, the new year is here. And if you're like many of us, you're going to make a resolution to improve your health. But if you're feeling sluggish and low energy, if your sleep patterns are off, if you've been working out and aren't seeing the gains you used to see, making that resolution may not be so easy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're feeling the way I just described, we can likely help you with that resolution, because those symptoms probably mean you're suffering with low testosterone. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating this condition. With our low T protocols, if you're like most men, the change will astound you. You'll feel more energy and better mental clarity. Your sleep will improve, your workouts will be better, and you'll likely find your sex drive goes up as well. So call us today and get treated for your low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 4 offices: Cincinnati, Louisville, Dayton, and now Columbus. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout, Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Clear Cut Hero is a new sports drink from Clear Cut Brands, the same local company that makes Focus.
Every 16-ounce bottle of Clear Cut Hero is packed with electrolytes and contains just the right amount of carbs, sodium, and potassium. It has only 25 calories and 5 grams of cane sugar.
It comes in 6 thirst-crushing flavors: Nova Orange, Cosmic Blue Raz, Eclipse Lemon Lime, Nexus Peach Mango, Dragon Fruit, and Apex Fruit Punch.
The great news is that Clear Cut Hero contains no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no sucralose, and no red dyes. And it contains 80% less sugar than the leading sports drink.
Did you know that 70% of the Western world is dehydrated at any given time? Despite ample access to drinkable water, Clear Cut Hero has emerged as the champion of hydration, so you have a fighting chance against thirst.
Clear Cut Hero is available at your local Kroger or at www.clearcuthero.com.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, Cards fans, get your L's up. Liquor Barn has everything you need for this week's Louisville Cardinals basketball action. We make it so easy to stock up for parties. To place an order for pickup or delivery, download the Liquor Barn app. Visit liquorbarn.com or call your local Liquor Barn store. Shop Kentucky's favorite spirits, wine, and beer store, and you'll have more time for the Cards. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life. Go Cards!
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Looking for the best place to achieve your wellness goals? Kickstart your new year at the YMCA. Enjoy our state-of-the-art wellness centers and year-round pools. Join the Y now and pay no join fee. Plus, by taking our new member challenge, you can earn great free gifts for coming in just twice a week for your first 3 months. Stop by or visit our website at ymcalouisville.org. Together we succeed.
Is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Spring Street Bar and Grill, open daily 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. with food served until 2 a.m. Join them for Monday Night Trivia at 7 p.m. with cash prizes for the top 3 teams. Daily lunch special, 5 and fry. 5 chicken wings and a side of fries for just $10, Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. Also, $10 wing specials for football Mondays and all-day Thursdays. 10 of Spring Street's famous wings for only $10. Spring Street Bar and Grill. Come early, stay late.
Hey, Cards fans, get your L's up. Liquor Barn has everything you need for this week's Louisville Cardinals basketball action. We make it so easy to stock up for parties. To place an order for pickup or delivery, download the Liquor Barn app. Visit liquorbarn.com or call your local Liquor Barn store. Shop Kentucky's favorite spirits, wine, and beer store, and you'll have more time for the Cards. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life. Go Cards!
Hold me close, my dear. Sing your whispering song softly in my ear.
Hey, I have to ask you something on the air right now. I need to put you on the spot.
I'm listening.
You know what I should do. So, what do you got planned tonight? You do anything tonight?
No, I don't have any plans.
Okay. Well, Charity is off tonight. We were going to go up to Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner later. She's like, ask Marcus. And I told her, I said, well, I'll put him on the spot on the air.
Let's just see how the nap goes.
Nope. He said he had no plans. So if he doesn't show up, he's a jerk.
He doesn't like either one of us.
He hates you. No, not me. He shows up to work every day. He hates you. This is you personally.
This is all charity centric.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't make me the fall guy.
She is off tonight. Thursday's usually my night. I go up there and just kind of hang out by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, but she's going to go with me tonight. She's off. So
weather's pretty warm.
Weather's nice. So we'll have, the girls will be out and, hey, charities. And, but no, it's it's gonna be a nice little night, man. Nice little night. Probably go up there, have a couple drinks.
It don't sound bad.
Yeah,
it does not sound bad.
And we'll probably have Xavier, so we'll probably be able to go. She don't get off clinicals until 5 or so, 6. So probably would be more in your wheelhouse in the 7:30, 8, probably 8:15.
The later.
Yeah,
I thought he was Papal Maven though.
Well, he's
Listen,
an odd
he's in midlife crisis.
Yeah, he's an odd. Marcus is an odd case. You'll learn. There's a you got a lot to learn.
I'm one half extremely old type, and one half how you keep up with these young kids. God, I take a nap. I take a nap.
Yeah,
I love my nap. Sometimes that nap is just like a quick refresher, and sometimes hey, sleep the afternoon away.
You learn not to call Marcus in between. Sometimes you can catch him around 3. Sometimes you can catch him around 2:33. Look, I said Marcus may come up if we go. She said he always says that. That's ouch. She even put a sad face. She put a sad face, dude. That's terrible.
Depends on how the nap goes.
I think it's Thursday too, so they got an A team up there. It's Kayla and Alyssa. Put everybody in one room.
The A team.
See, fire. Steve likes playing with it. It's and baby mama's gonna be up there.
The A+ team. Oh goodness.
But anyways, football schedule comes out yesterday.
Okay. Football schedule comes out. Honest opinion. Texters 3831-93.9. Callers 8150-93.9. The schedule comes out and you look at it with your own two eyes. Did your first thought say winnable? Did your first thought say what games can we lose? You know, like what was that immediate first reaction when you saw the
This is
team?
a great question because mine was this. Winnable with some great opportunities.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make
That's
sense?
half full.
Yeah. Winnable, very winnable schedule to put it together.
Do you have it on Twitter right now? Can you send me?
Oh, the schedule?
Yeah, the schedule.
Yeah.
Just send it straight to my
but
DM.
it immediately jumped out to me is, hey, the schedule is there to put together another nice 8-9 win season for sure, you know, but opportunity to win some big football games.
Okay.
That could
national. Are you
take you a
thinking
step
like
further.
Yeah, like respectable, a chance for respectable wins to gain national respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Did
So-
you send it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did send it.
I got it.
Now, with that said, there were some things in it that are kind of odd for me. It's a different type of schedule. For one, 4 of the first 5 games of the year, before I get into breaking it down, I just want to say 4 of the first 5 games of the year are at home. And then you only got 2 more the rest of the season. So from October 12th to November 30th, you play 2 home games. So it's going to be very
Get a bye
backloaded.
week. Got a bye week early.
Front loaded.
Got a bye week early.
Not only do you got a bye week early, you start the season out with, and I think this is, in most years, I would hate this. I think for this year, with so many new pieces coming in, I don't know if it's the worst thing in the world. You start the season out with Austin Peay, who, if nothing else, you know is going to have some
Upset
athletic dudes. No, it's not upset alert.
Austin Peay. Do I need to remind you where Austin Peay is?
No, but it's not upset
Clarksville,
alert.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Do I need you to remind you that Austin Peay raised me?
No. That's great. And I'm happy for you.
Let's go Peay.
But this is fun.
Isn't that funny?
Now?
That's their slogan.
That's awesome. But you're going to get some athletic dudes that are going to give you a really good look, okay? You turn around game 2, and you're playing Jacksonville State, coached by Rich Rod. So, I mean, you're going to get another good look. Again, both teams, if
Don't start.
for the love of God.
Don't start saying that.
Yeah,
Steve.
if you want to do anything, you're going to beat those 2 teams. But then you go straight into a bye week. So the odd thing is, it's going to be one of them weird years, like where really your juices probably aren't going to get flowing until late September. You know, 'cause
You're competitive.
as a fan.
Yeah, you're real competitive. True.
There's a lot I'm going to enjoy it, and there's a lot I'm going to take from the first 2 games because, like I said, you're going to start to see playmakers and stuff. But then you're going to bring Georgia Tech in for that game 3 on September 21st, which Chase and I realized today is the night we want to go to Bourbon and Beyond, like the main night, of course. I'm like, why schedule it? Why not do it the week before? So, but anyways, whatever. Maybe we get an early game. I'm rooting for a nooner that game, so we'll see. Oh, I don't know. Are we talking about that?
No,
Or this?
nooners.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, that's the first 3 games of the year. First 4 weeks, you're going 2 games you feel like you should win, a bye week, and then Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech, if you look at their schedule, is going to be 3-1, 4-0. They play.
No, they got Florida State earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's why I say 3-1. most likely, or if they do beat Florida State early, because I think Georgia Tech's going to be pretty good this year. They're going. It's going to be a solid game.
Georgia Tech started looking a lot
They
better
did.
towards the end of the year.
I mean, they weren't bad at the beginning of the year when you watch them. I mean, so they're going to be a good game to come in. Then you start going on the road. And
let's do it.
Not only do you go on the road, you go on the road to a trip that at that point, Louisville's most likely going to be 3-0, 2-1 at worst. But a game that Louisville fans are going to want to be at, a big-time travel game. You go to Notre Dame. And that's your first four. That's September. I mean, you in September.
Have they renovated Notre Dame yet?
I mean, no. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they've done some little things, but you probably still pee in a trough.
I went on in 2014. It was,
I was there,
like just like the movie, just like Rudy.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, we were in the bathroom, man. The water was leaking, and there was a trough that all of us just stood next to. Just everybody's just out. You're like, hey, we're just crossing streams in the trough.
You know what the worst part about that was, though? Their fans were so nice.
They really were.
And we were like, I was all, 14-year-old self. I was being.
You were trolly.
Yeah, I was being a troll, and they were like, "Oh, you guys got a good team, man."
Yeah, they really were. Even at the store and stuff before we were up there, and they were like, hey, Louisville got Rogue Squad this year. Coming up here, man. It's a lot of Louisville fans up here. Like they were like, man, really just commending us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, man.
They win right out of the sales.
Like, oh yeah, well y'all suck.
All right.
Yeah, they're like, well, okay. Yeah, we're not that good. You're right. Ha. But anyways, I am looking for it. It's as a
Notre
football fan, it's one of the best trips I've ever taken. I can't wait to take Elijah this time because he's more into that stuff now. And to take him up there and let him do the grotto and all this stuff.
Uniforms. Just watching your
Louisville
uniform versus a Notre Dame uniform.
It's awesome. But Notre Dame wants us.
I know they do.
But it's going to kind of be another story.
Who's going to be their quarterback?
Riley Leonard from Duke. Yep. And then they got Bo Collins at receiver from Clemson. They're always going to be super talented. Like it's Notre Dame.
And Brom took a subtle shot at him. If you remember from last year's game, the coaching matters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He said that directly after Notre Dame. He didn't say that about any other teams.
I think Brom felt superior to Freeman.
But Freeman was like a test case, wasn't he?
Freeman's still there?
No, but what I'm saying, when he got the job, he was like, he went from interim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, replacing your boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. I think Brom feels comfortable against Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like he's like, okay, I can out scheme that guy. Not saying Notre Dame can't beat you still.
Right.
But I watched Ashton Gelati. Joe Alt's going to go in the top 8 of the NFL draft. Ashton Gelati owned Joe Alt last year. Louisville's defensive line is better this year. Like that. I'm just saying, I feel kind of comfortable in that game. Like I think there's a good chance Louisville's going to go up there.
Gettable.
Very gettable. Very gettable. Then you come back home.
Okay, I'm leaving. I just had Georgia Tech.
Yep.
And a week later, I have Notre Dame.
You
okay,
I'm
getting the vibe.
Coming out of there 3-1, 4-0. Either 4-0 and I'm jacked, 3-1. I'm still got a lot of opportunity ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
I come home. SMU comes to town. SMU is a top 25 team this year. Okay.
October 5th will be your perfect weather.
Perfect weather. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. SMU's in town. They're fresh in the SEC. Don't know their whole schedule yet.
That was funny.
SEC, God, ACC. Might as well be.
Yeah,
pretty much the same thing. I mean, our schedule and Kentucky's schedule.
Equally challenging.
Somebody right now just twisted their nipples
equally daunting.
Yeah. He is insane. We play Georgia and Texas and I was like, yeah, I don't want to play that. So when people are like, you're at the SEC. Well, thank God. Thank God. Okay. Because we might be you. All right. No, actually, we wouldn't be. Because my argument is if you put Louisville in the SEC, we would recruit better than we would still dominate there. SMU, they come to town again. We'll see how that is. But SMU's enough. Louisville fans respect an SMU.
Because we come from the same DNA.
Yeah. They respect an SMU. Then you're gonna go the trap of all traps. You couldn't ask for more of a trap game. Virginia,
because you got Miami on the horizon
in Charlottesville, right before you come back home with Miami,
and it's going to be wet and rainy, and it's going to be terrible.
It's gonna be October.
It's going to be. Listen, you got that weather on the 5th.
Look outside today. That's what you're gonna play in Charlottesville.
Be worse.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be colder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna
when
be
you say trap, that means all the forces are combining, Steve.
Do you remember Bobby's first year when we went down there and lost? And it was the first game we lost, and it was just buggy. And just
What's that
nasty.
kid's name? Brent. What's that kid's name? Brent, the quarterback.
Brennan Armstrong?
No. The young boy.
Oh, the kid that played against us.
Yeah. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Remember, he was coming along though. He was tough.
I can't remember.
He was a running, quick quarterback. And look, I told myself, Steve, that I was going to eliminate this from my sports radio vocabulary. So I'm going to attempt to make this the last time I use this.
Okay.
He's much faster than you think he would be.
Yes, because he's white. He was fast.
Deceptively fast.
He was. He really was impressive.
He was impressive. He's going to be the king of, and again, you get one of those quarterbacks, he's going to be throwing the ball for the first 5 games that Virginia plays. Then all of a sudden, they're like, this is our chance to get Louisville.
Listen to this stretch. Since we're doing this is a Steve and Marcus special right here.
No, that text is.
Virginia on the road, come back home on October 19th against Miami. And then where do they send you? To Boston College. Virginia, Boston College.
You're losing 2 of those.
There's a lot. Listen, there's a loss coming in that
one
3.
loss in that. Yep.
That's where you're going to take an L. That little stretch right there, Louisville's going to take an L. And I hate to say that.
That's where your season dies.
Well, I don't know that dies, but
it's
something's going to happen.
Listen, the national perception, even if you won all 3, Steve, the national perception is going to die somewhere.
You're going to play you're going to be 5-0. You're going to play a piss poor game against Virginia. You're going to come back and beat Miami.
You're going to win 20-21 against Virginia.
Yeah. And then you're going to come back. You're going to beat Miami here at home because
their quarterback got injured.
We're good at home. Yeah, well, and they did get Cam Ward. So Cam Ward is coming in here. That's going to be a big time game.
He'll be out for that game.
But then you're going to go to Boston College and play just some stupid mucked up game. And it's going to be like.
And your boy,
Castellanos or whatever. Assuming he doesn't leave after spring. So that stretch, that 3-game stretch, I'm like, I hate that. I hate that stretch. Then
that's a Louisville schedule.
But then we get to go to Clemson, where we're going to finally get a dub in Death Valley.
How do you come out of those 3 games and be loaded up for Clemson, though?
Well, I think it's easy. I think it's perfect. That Clemson game on November 2nd is a Jeff Brom special. Louisville's going to win that football game. They're going to Clemson. They're going to win that game.
Grass, turf, grass. Wait. Grass, turf, grass, grass.
I don't know. There's a lot of places, though, that used to be grass that you might still think are grass. And then you look at their stadium and you're like, oh, yeah. Like Notre Dame. Everybody's still like, oh, you got to go and play on the grass at Notre Dame. It's like, no, it's turf. They changed it. It's
years ago.
Turf now. Yeah. It's like, no, when Reggie Bush played there, they grew the grass real high. Like, this is totally different.
That's like the Virginia thing.
Yeah.
Look, what was it? The Mandela effect?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, you're like, no, a lot of these places are actually turf now. But Clemson, like I said, Wolves going to go November 2nd. They're going to beat Clemson. Mark it down. Bang.
Clemson.
Yeah. They're going to beat Clemson.
You're going to do a futures bet?
Yes, I would. They're going to beat Clemson on November 2nd. Then you go to Stanford. Stanford sucked out loud this year. They were terrible. I don't now in the transfer portal. Chase is like, what's happening right now? Nothing. There's stuff coming up out of him that he has to step away for a second because he drinks sugary coffees and he can't handle them. When you get to a certain age, they start affecting you. So when he backs away like that, he's fine. He just can't breathe.
And simultaneously conduct radio.
No, Chase was legitimately concerned, so I had to explain that. Stanford was not good last year. Now, transfer portal, I never say last year going into this year, but it's a little different than SMU, where I think there is a lot of talent. Stanford's a game I think Louisville will go up there and win. Then you come back, finally, after 3 weeks on the road, and you got Pittsburgh, team that beat you this year, okay? But you got them at home. You're going to be winding down the season. I think Louisville will have a lot on the line at that point, whether it be a playoff game, whether it be a big-time bowl game, whatever it be. I mean, we are a 12-team playoff now, so things will change. But you do get Pittsburgh, and then you finish up going on the road at Kentucky where you will win. So it's
convincingly.
Yes. Louisville will be much better than Kentucky this year.
Kentucky coming off Texas.
Would you? Yeah,
at Texas.
Texas. For probably their 7th, 8th loss of the year.
Would you do a futures bet for that?
Yes. Yeah, Kentucky will be convincingly better than Louisville this year. Vice versa. Sorry. We've lost a lot lately.
Dump that. Well, if you would be willing to put a futures bet on it, make sure you remember DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Everyone gets a no-sweat same-game parlay every playoff game day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THEVILLE. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THEVILLE. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 18 and over. Physically present in Kentucky. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. 1 no-sweat token issued per eligible day after opt-in. No sweat bonus bets issued based on amount of losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max reward limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. I tell you what, let's take our last commercial break.
Let's do it, man.
939 DeVille.
The biggest winner in the big game could be you thanks to BetMGM. The king of sportsbooks is offering new customers a chance to score $158 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, instantly. Just download the BetMGM app and
I think every Louisville fan read the schedule the same way. And we're all programmed the exact same. It's great. I think every Louisville fan read that schedule the exact same way that you did.
Yeah.
And we're just programmed.
Yeah.
We know the trap games.
money line as pro football's top teams clash for the championship. Can't be in Vegas for the big game? Then bring the big game excitement with you with the king of sportsbooks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Can't get enough ESPN Louisville? Subscribe to us on YouTube at ESPN Louisville for live watch-alongs, play-by-play breakdowns with the coach, behind-the-scenes action in the bullpen, and more.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call Tri-State Men's Health today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at Tri-State Men's Health will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 4 offices: Cincinnati, Louisville, Dayton, and now Columbus.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, it's Bob Valvano for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, or simply needs replacement, call my friends at the Bath Authority. Their modern, durable tubs and showers are designed with an exclusive high-tech polymer liner. They're easy to clean and they last for decades. Every unit is custom built, and all Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA. Call today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
At Shaheen's Uniforms, they have earned a reputation as a trusted source for school uniforms across the country. But that's just the beginning. Shaheen's is not just limited to school uniforms alone. They are also your dedicated partner for businesses. They offer a diverse range of uniforms, including chef wear, corporate wear, workwear, FR clothing, and work boots. They have your business covered head to toe. When it comes to your business's image, trust the experts at Shaheen's. Visit them today to discuss your uniform needs. Shaheen's Uniforms, outfitting success in every industry.
Clear Cut Hero is a new sports drink from Clear Cut Brands, the same local company that makes Focus.
Every 16-ounce bottle of Clear Cut Hero is packed with electrolytes and contains just the right amount of carbs, sodium, and potassium. It has only 25 calories and 5 grams of cane sugar.
It comes,
you ready?
Thirst crushing flavors: Nova Orange, Cosmic Blue Raz, Eclipse Lemon Lime, Nexus Peach Mango, Dragon Fruit, and Apex Fruit Punch.
The great news is that Clear Cut Hero contains no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no sucralose, and no red dyes. And it contains 80% less sugar than the leading sports drink.
Did you know that 70% of the Western world is dehydrated at any given time? Despite ample access to drinkable water, Clear Cut Hero has emerged as the champion of hydration, so you have a fighting chance against thirst.
Clear Cut Hero is available at your local Kroger or at www.clearcuthero.com.
it puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Are you familiar with that phrase?
Yeah, it's Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yeah.
Good job.
Great movie.
That's what will kill me one day, right there.
Okay, so Steve,
Marcus,
it's time to make some deals.
Okay.
It's time to make some deals,
Let's do
Steve.
it.
Chase, out of Louisville fans, 38-31-93-9, the part of the show that you always hate that I bring up.
A sacrifice of Jalen Reeves-Maybin Super Bowl for an Austin P dub. Yes. Well, you'll probably beat Austin P. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice it. We're going to do it no matter what. All right. What you got?
Do we need him in the Super Bowl?
I do. You do more than you think. You see him out there in the Super Bowl. He may never play in another NFC title game. Like, that's nothing against him. I mean,
that's Cowboy crap coming out of you, Steve.
No, it's realistic. I mean, you might never.
Detroit Lions are going to dominate the next decade of NFC football.
I know, and so are the Seahawks. It was like this is the dynasty. I mean, the Legion of Boom. They're young.
Detroit
Domination.
Ankle biters
never really did anything.
Ankle biters and kneecap biters. That's how you establish a dynasty.
I feel it. I'm just saying.
Dan Gamble will never.
Did you hear John Bull today?
No.
I appreciated John Bull when he said
he's a Green Bay guy.
Yeah, but when he was like, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, well, they're young though," and I mean they had a great season. He's like, no. He's like, you got into the playoff. Dak Prescott was terrible. A team that's a 2 seed. You beat them. You go play San Fran. They lose Deebo Samuel, and Brock Purdy's awful. Now he's saying like part of that was the Packers.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you blew an opportunity. Like you may never get that. You might never get that again. Like you can't pass up.
Success is
opportunity. 12. You can't pass up an opportunity. There you go, Chase.
I don't know about that.
Success is
why, Chase? What's wrong with her?
I'm spoken for.
Oh, you can't. Oh, well, never mind it.
Well, you're going to be under attack now.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I didn't know that, Chase.
Don't ever tell Steve you're spoken for, Chase.
I think it's too late, Marcus. I don't know.
Taylor.
Knew it. So, but Jalen Reeves-Maybin is in an NFC title game 2 years ago. When it's like we're just happy, man. Just probably be a journeyman on bad teams.
Listen, look at my face.
Yeah.
Do you think that I don't know how fleeting success is?
You could have got one crack at Ron Artest or one crack at Stevie Francis. You can't pass. You can't pass up on you in the draft.
I can't believe
you go waste Steve Francis.
Oh my God! Do you know who Steve Francis is?
No, I know Ron Artest, obviously, but Steve Francis, no.
Steve, Ron Artest would have ensured that I never got a shot at playing NBA basketball.
Hey, you don't know who Steve Francis is.
He's not supposed to. Steve Francis was a lightning.
He's not supposed to. But I don't know. It's just a very mortal moment for me.
That you're outside the window of Steve Francis.
You're dying, man. You're getting old.
Listen, we were supposed to play St. John's in the second round after our Gonzaga matchup. And this is as Gonzaga is becoming Gonzaga, right? And
it's what 2 years after they beat UConn. Right. So
this is they're ending practice, and we're going on to practice. Artest was the 2 guard, and so when you cross paths, You take in a deep breath, you split your shoulders back, and you do that.
You look like me when the teams are running off the court.
Yeah. You try to size your opponents up, right?
Yeah.
Artest never looked at me, and I just looked at the distance between his shoulders, and I was like, "That's the 2 guard." And usually, what happens is you look at their listing, right, and they're listed at 6'5", and then you see them in person, it's like, dude, you're 6'2.5", right? He listened. St. John's obviously subscribed to the Denny Crum. Marcus, no, I want people to think we're shorter than what we are.
Yeah.
Coach
stinks.
Coach, that doesn't work anymore.
Like, yeah, the NBA doesn't feel that way though.
No,
they're like, oh, he's only 6'2". I'm not going to watch him. Yeah, what a waste. But no, you got it. But no, he had the chance, right? And you were gonna get St. John's, you're gonna get Ron Artest. It's a dead giveaway. Like, okay, this is gonna happen. Well, then they went to Arizona. Everybody's ready for the second round St. John's Louisville matchup. Well, Chase, let me give you a spoiler alert. If you were there and you bought tickets to that, you watched Gonzaga and St. John's in the second round. You want to know why? Because Marcus couldn't carry us to a win. I'm sorry, Marcus couldn't.
He can't even defend himself.
Lead us to, I know, as he's choking his dying breath, he's going to hear Steve talking about, we couldn't even get past Gonzaga.
That was a good team.
Oh, they were good. All jokes aside, man, when you look back, you're like, dude, there was some good teams. And what about, was it the year before? Was it Creighton versus Steve Francis?
Rodney Buford played 16 years in the league.
Just saying, I know.
We're playing Creighton. They got some 6'9" 2 guard that nobody really knows about, but we kind of know about him. He's supposed to be a stud, but we're loaded.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Steve.
Okay.
That Creighton, man. I kind of think people showed the rear ends a little bit.
Okay. No, that's fair. I'm fine blaming other people.
This is why I know. I know. Okay. Are you familiar with KCD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the school.
I know. That's exactly what he meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? The school?
Yeah. I mean,
no,
I went to St. X. So
yeah. No. KCD. You need to learn this because you're going to have to.
Yeah. If you're going to be a part of this team, you need to know this. Something called KCD, Kentucky Choke Day. St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Kansas State.
Now I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, just Kentucky. Yeah, this happens, right? The philosophy of Kentucky Choke Day is because I know what it looks like when guys, I see them early in the year, they hit the floor, play hard, you know? I know what it looks like when a guy jumps for a rebound and he looks down just to make sure he doesn't go on anybody's ankle. The more talented your team is,
we're in Orlando too.
You were in Orlando. So you know how disappointed the fans were? Appreciate it.
It's not going to keep your job, but thank you. Thank you.
It'll do. So I know what it looks like when guys start doing little micro protecting themselves, right? I know what it looks like. I can see it when Kentucky players start talking to their agents a little more. You can tell you can see when they start shooting. That's a shot he wouldn't have taken earlier in the year. He would have made the extra pass. That's what made him good, early in the year. Once that starts, oh yeah, you're just like, here it comes. You can see it coming.
We lost by 4 to Creighton too, 62-58.
We were killing. We were well in control of that game.
St. John's was in Orlando too. St. John's, Indiana.
Here's what happened, Chase. Just so you need a background story. The NCAA tournament book, the tournament booklet, the tournament booklet of the 64 things you need to know about this tournament. The number 2 thing in the entire tournament booklet was the matchup to look out for It's Marcus Maben and Steve Francis in the second round. They said, the thing said, Marcus Maben gets more airtime than Tony Robbins. Okay. So imagine getting ready to play and you're reading that booklet and you see that, right?
It's on, bro.
It's on, right?
Orlando.
Or Dr. J's running around here. Everybody, when you go to Orlando for a tournament game,
Auburn. That was the year Auburn was the 1 seed.
Oh, they were
really good.
Yeah, they had God, what's his name?
Dude with the big.
Yeah. Big boy, I think.
Yeah, and he had the big hair.
Yep.
He straight like the Ben. He had the Ben Wallace before Ben Wallace.
Listen, it's warm. Practices, it's just warm. It's your colors just shine brighter. It's a bright arena. It's on. Steve, it's more like a LCD.
We were at that game.
Listen, some of those
like a TV.
No,
I know.
I don't even want to say it out loud because people might start using it. Sometimes that ball gets swung around and I'm waiting on it. And look, it didn't come this time, right?
Chris Porter.
And I was like, it's all good, Then you realize you're in a game.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm averaging 18 points over the last 10 games. And I only got, I haven't gotten the ball like I normally get the ball.
Wow.
Coach, you gonna tell them?
Yeah.
Give me the rock, fellas.
And then Maryland dusted Creighton.
But point being,
Ohio State made that was Scooney Penn, wasn't it?
That's when he was like a 6th-year senior or something.
They were a 4 seed.
Yeah, he was way too old
to
be there.
They beat Auburn, and then they beat St. John's in the Elite Eight because St. John's dusted Maryland.
I wouldn't have been an all-time scorer because if I had got that second game.
That would have been in Knoxville, too.
I think I left.
Well, yeah, that would have been the goal.
Yeah.
Man, you could have beat
I would have
Steve
declared
Francis.
right then.
What a story, dude.
I would have declared right after the game.
You would have beat Steve Francis because y'all would have won the Maryland game. And then you would have played St. John's in Knoxville in the Sweet 16.
I'll take it a step further. You want to know why we beat Maryland?
Listen.
Because the top team in JUCO was Steve Francis and Kevin Smiley.
That's right. He did play with
my roommate. Played with Steve Francis the year before.
That's
so
right.
He's giving me all the game. He's hyping me up, Steve. Oh, maybe you got him. He's like, hey man, I'm telling you, you got to watch out for his left to right crossover, his step back. So, so we're talking about that. I mean, we're not talking about like we're skipping over Creighton, but yeah. You just know the horizon. So he knows them. Why are we talking about this? Why did you bring this up?
Wow, that was actually the year UConn beat Gonzaga. That was the year Gonzaga beat Florida, though. I don't know.
Why'd you bring that up?
Because you're getting way too much shine. Yeah. And I just, with Jalen, I'm jealous.
You got to humble it. Yeah.
Jalen's getting all this, and Jalen's going to the Super Bowl because they're going to kill the Niners. And I'm just like, I just got to remember your mortality. That's why God put me in your life. I don't know.
Let's do some, speaking of God and sports gods and sacrifices. Okay, Steve. Notre Dame and Clemson for the UK game. 8150 93.9 is the number. 38-31 93.9. While Steve ponders Chase, I'll ask you.
I want to win the UK game.
You'd lose to Notre Dame and Clemson.
I'm done. I'm done with it. I can't stand it anymore. I remember how bad
Notre Dame at Notre Dame and Clemson at Clemson. You would sacrifice both of those wins for a Kentucky win.
I hate him, Marcus. Really hate him.
He meant that, Steve.
Yeah.
Did you hear the way he said my name?
Yeah.
He was like, I hate him, Marcus.
Can't stand him.
You sound like you really meant that.
What's funny is I wish you hadn't asked Chase first. Only because,
first, Steve.
Well, yeah, but I was doing something. Because I agree with Chase.
Oh God,
You gotta have.
I'm not gonna say
what you gotta have that one this year.
Don't.
If I went 10-2 with losses at Notre Dame and Clemson, you have to turn that series back around this year. To me,
you have to be 10-2.
But yeah, I would need to win the rest of my games. Okay. Yeah, if I'm gonna win 8-9 games, then no, I would rather have Clemson and Notre Dame.
Okay. So that's a good caveat.
But if I go 10-2 and I have a loss, a close, now I'm really making it. I mean, any loss,
a close loss to Notre Dame.
Like if they both get Hail Marys,
I can only lose by 1 point at Clemson and 1 point at Notre Dame.
But I think I would take those this year because I will say this, and I don't like admitting this. But you have to turn that series.
Okay, 9-3. Miami, Clemson, Notre Dame.
Now I'm not beating anybody because I don't think Kentucky's going to be good at all.
9-3 is incredible.
Not here. He won 10 games in year 0.
That is the floor now. 10 wins is the floor.
9-3. Be like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're just going to do this. Well, if Brom's just going to go 9-3 every year, then what are we doing here?
Might as well go.
Well, we might as well.
Brom might as well go to Falcons and bring Satterfield
Bring
home.
Kiffin home. Yeah, what are we doing?
Rich Rod.
No, seriously. 9-3 would be fine, but I also don't want a 9-3 where I lose to every good team I play because then it feels like, like I said, I don't
Texas
think
says
Kentucky
yes.
will be good.
I'll sacrifice those.
Our text line has been very messed up. So a lot of the texts
are they like
are
late?
not
Okay.
coming in. It's been like this for a week or so. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people. Oh yeah, Ohio State had Michael Redd that year too. Michael Redd and Scooney Penn. They would have smoked you, dude. God, if you'd got to the Elite Eight.
You think? I feel you, Dina, rocking the Lions.
Is it?
Yeah. Drew rocking the Lions. Yeah. Listen.
Kiss up.
Michael Redd.
That's angling for Vegas is what that is.
He is going to. Drew is setting up to invoice Kansas City for his Vegas Super Bowl. I'm going to cover for the station.
Who was it? Who somebody in the meeting yesterday, I can't remember who it was like, are we going to send somebody to the Super Bowl for the Ravens? And I was like, nobody not named Drew.
Do you think you're going to overshoot Drew on the invoice time? Man, and that was so funny. It made me lose my train of thought.
No, yep,
10-2. Yeah, 10-2.
It's not there.
Sacrifices. You have to turn it around.
You do need to beat Kentucky this year. Kentucky's not going to be a very good team this year. Okay, and their schedule is going to reflect that. Because, they may not be a bowl team this year.
Does 10-2 get us into ACC championship game? That's the question.
Right.
Because
Notre Dame wouldn't count against you.
Yeah.
You would have one ACC loss. Now, I do think there's more contenders for it. Whereas this year there wasn't. I think there's 4 realistic contenders. Us, NC State, probably 5 if Cam Ward's
okay. I give you I take Notre Dame and Clemson. I win those.
Okay.
I bust Stanford.
Yeah.
I bust Pitt. Mm-hmm. I lose to UK.
Nope.
Listen to me.
Got to turn it around.
Listen to me. I lose to UK, and then I beat Texas in the bowl game.
No. You got to turn that UK.
Is it a bowl game or is it
a New Year's 6?
A playoff?
All the New Year's 6 are playoff games. I don't think there is a New Year's 6.
Yeah, right. Okay, the first team out. You beat Texas in the first
team out. Got to turn that UK series around, man. They're not going to be good this year.
You realize you're leaving Notre Dame, Clemson, and Texas wins on the table for a UK game. Two of them on the road, one of them in a neutral site, huge bowl game.
You got to turn that series around this year.
Y'all sound obsessed.
No, I'm just, you say it all the time though, man. It's the hearts and minds. Louisville hosted over a dozen local prospects, man. That's a series you have to turn around.
And if I beat Notre Dame and Clemson and Stanford and Pitt and Texas, you know me though, I'm a headhunter. Like I want those.
I'm always every other year. Because you're right.
When I say headhunter, I want the logo of Texas on my wall. I want
nickname.
I want Notre Dame road win on my wall.
Yeah.
I want Clemson road win on my wall.
But hear me out, Marcus.
I got Stanford on there too.
Yeah, but Stanford's. But here we go. But
I'm
listen,
a headhunter, Steve.
I
I want that Cardinal. Oh,
but hear me out,
the real
Marcus.
Cardinal.
You want? I've got the Notre Dame on my wall.
I know.
So like, I've got to turn this.
I
Kentucky
want the
series.
world.
Optically, though, like losing to 5-7 Kentucky this coming year, you can be
I want
look a lot worse than losing at Clemson and at Notre Dame.
I want to lock it all up in my pocket. It's my box of chocolate.
We are the world.
Give it to me.
We are the children.
Give it to me now.
But I mean, do you agree with me on that? Most years, I mean, listen, I think I can get you to come around on
I
this
can get over that Kentucky loss.
I can't. You got to beat them this year. They're not going to be. Even last year, it was like, well, they had Ray Davis, they had a few things. It was like you fumbled, Jack Plummer.
I lost to Kentucky, Steve, when they didn't get one penalty the entire game.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I can get over it.
But you have to get the respect back in that rivalry and put them back in their place this year.
They might not be bowl eligible this year.
Yeah, I
Like,
really
that's-
don't know
that
that
would
they're
be
going to make a bowl this
an
year. Like
awful,
they're
awful
going to be bad.
I'll bust it.
And but they play Texas. I mean, like, and so I'm like, well, Texas is going to bust them right before you come in. So
Listen, and that's how I'll get my money back.
And I'm just like, listen, man, I need you, because you're right. Any other year, I'm 1,000%.
So yeah, if we hadn't lost the last three,
yeah,
you
but
would.
it's like I have to turn that series and put them back in their place because Brom's going to dominate that series, and you got to start it this year. I'll give you last year, all the stuff that happened, whatever. But this year, Louisville's a far superior team. You got to go in there and put it back in their place.
To be continued.